Yeah, back in the game.
Episode 2 or 1? Probably
No,
1.
this is episode 2.
This is episode 2?
Yeah.
All right.
We still dropping the first one, right?
Tempo. Hell yeah. All right. So I don't know, man. Let me. So like I said, I was looking at some shit last night, right? And I'm gonna start off top with this, since we had the whole blackout shopping thing, right?
Yeah.
The whole protest because of police brutality. We can kind of talk about something similar, but like on a positive note. I was watching this anime, right? And it's called like Motherfuckers, but it's MFKZ, right? Shit's dope.
I'm gonna fuck with it.
It's
MFKZ.
It's this little bald kid, and like you can't. So like he off top he looks like a black kid, right? Like he's living in like a city, kind of reminiscent of like San Francisco. Yeah. Right. And come to find out, he's not human. He's like this.
Hey, bring your microphone.
Yeah, go closer.
Yeah, right. I would do right in front of you, bro.
10-4. Yeah, no, that does sound way better. But now, like he's like this alien thing, and long story short, he ends up like having to choose between his natural character, which is of his species, which is to be violent, or like go against that and like be good, which I kind of think it's kind of fucked up. Like it kind of touches on like why the guy that rides the black horse is always like a killer, kinda. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking gotta be.
Gotta be.
That's what bro. It's crazy you brought that up. That's really what Zorro is.
Zorro's a killer, dude.
Zorro is a killer, but Zorro is just like Batman in a sense. It's like when all else fails, when the government can't figure it out, when no one is going to take a stand, like people. And again, I was talking to somebody about this. The people with cameras and stuff like that. Like when people with cameras are filming something, and there's 12 people. You don't need 12 people to film. At a certain point, we got to stop. We gotta make sure something happens. We got to figure out a way to happen. So no one is doing anything, and just like Batman, and just like Zorro, those characters are like the option of like destruction.
Yeah, like the vigilante.
The vigilante. Justice. I thought about oh my God, I thought about the coldest shit. I was like, during that situation, if somebody had set a building on fire, he would still be alive.
What situation? George Floyd?
Yeah. At that moment.
If somebody had just walked up and been like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Anything, really.
If we had already, I don't know, I'm just saying it as in, like, all of this spilling over is the effects of everyone. No one is, I mean, of course you have people, politicians, everybody's been trying, focus on it, but majority of people have not put in the effort they needed. They have not corrected people in moments they were supposed to. They have not took a stand when they were supposed to. And because of that, everything is going to overflow. Everything is like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Everybody has to suffer.
Well, I mean, like, you are right. Like, and it is kind of bullshit. Like, people will stand back and record. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, one, that needs to be done, but it doesn't need to be like 30 different angles. Like, I mean, we're not shooting a music video. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what's fucked up? It kind of does though. What? It needs to be 30 different angles
to get all of it, so like you can't
say. Because bro, what's crazy is the first video didn't show the other two cops kneeling on him, right?
You talking about George Floyd?
Right.
Yeah.
But you knew the other two cops were there behind him doing something while he died. It took that video for us to see around. Did it really take that video? Like, what were they doing? It doesn't matter what they were doing. Bro, like, I don't care if they were playing checkers. Like,
I always in the back of my head, like, whenever I, like, talking about that, like, what are the cops around doing that aren't on camera? Like, what if they were just, like, gassing him up? Like a World Star video, you know what I mean? Just, like, get his ass. Yeah. Oh, shit. We've been after this dude for, like, 2 weeks. He been writing bad checks. Or, like, this nigga was selling loose cigarettes. We got him now. I don't know, man.
It's literally no like killing a person that's handcuffed is equivalent of killing somebody that's like running away.
Yeah, to shoot him as they're running away.
What are you killing him for? He better be a mass murderer.
And the mass murderers don't get killed.
They take them to McDonald's.
What is it?
Don't you go to McDonald's?
No, they took his ass to Burger King, fam.
Oh, he took the Burger King. The church dude.
They let him have it his way.
That's so disrespectful, yo.
They literally let him have it.
Yo, that's the same. The anger that I get from that is the same anger that I get. Did you see the video of the police officers lined up at the officer that killed George Floyd's house?
To protect him?
To protect him. It was like 200-300 cops standing in line, like 3, 4, 5 lines.
Okay, so George Floyd got killed in Michigan, right?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Yeah.
So like, Michigan would have made more sense because like, okay, like, for what I'm about to say, because like Detroit, like that's a large metropolitan area. They probably have like a couple thousand cops.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I don't know where in Minneapolis, where did he get killed at? Let me look that up. And the reason I say that though is because like, okay, if he has all these cops like holding it down, where in front of his house,
yeah,
who's watching the streets? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, that's what I was about to say next.
Who is out there?
So they came. This is why the looting started. It's because when they showed up to his house, they had 100 cops. So a big video went viral of this girl just being like, look how many police officers is here to protect the killer. And she kept saying it. Every time she said it, I was like, damn.
Niggas really about to go wild, bro.
That's the most disrespectful shit. The most disrespectful shit is for a nigga to kill your mama or some shit. And then when you get mad, have a whole bunch of niggas in front of him and just look at your ass.
Please try.
Like, I can do it. That's literally what it says. But it's the same fucking feeling though. And what they did when they saw all the police there, that's why they started looting, because they was like, fuck you, we're going back to the town, bet.
Exactly.
And they was like, bet, y'all all here?
It's about to go down. That would have been like the 10, 15 minutes it would have taken for all those cops to get to their car, get organized, and like start patrolling shit would have been the prime time to just...
They did that shit. They was like, fuck y'all.
I bet my
But you know what's sick though? You know what's even sicker?
What's up?
How many cops does it take to protect a house?
Well, I don't really know, but I know in movies they probably put like 1 or 2 patrol cars.
Okay. I don't even think it's one. It's not 1 or 2. It's more than 1 or 2. 10.
10
if you want to do it precisely, 10. It is disrespectful for them to do what they did. They literally did it to make a point.
Yeah, that they stand together. Yeah. But then again, it probably was hella people outside that dude's house. And I don't think they would have run off in there and got him. I don't think they'd have run in there and got him. I hope they wouldn't have run in there and got him. But I guess they were just trying to like meet a show of force with a show of force, which is bullshit because that's not what the police officers are supposed to do. Anyway,
yeah,
they're supposed to be public servants, but I can't find the exact city, man.
And they say like all of the, I don't know. I see a lot of love going to the soldiers because all the soldiers are like, bruh. That's the thing about people don't know about the military thing sometimes. I think everywhere has some type of unfairness. But when it comes to the military, I would say military is more open than people would think.
All right, I'm done, dude. Minneapolis is the city. The state is Minnesota. Damn.
Yeah. I didn't even want to get involved. So I was like, with you.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
The more you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, dude, like, I do think that was kind of part of it.
Yeah.
And, so, I don't know, fuck 12.
Yeah. I wonder how that sounds.
I know, right? Did it spike?
Huh?
Did it spike out?
Yeah, do it again. Worst case, though, you just put it on a speaker.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, what else?
Then it can play kind of away from the mics, but still be able to hear it and shit.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
You could put the speaker. I could probably just use that speaker.
Damn. Oh man. Okay. Question. Because we was talking about the other episode. We was talking about like, knowing as men we have privilege, right?
Yeah.
And so I was walking. I think this happened this morning. I was walking. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to like a podcast, and I was just walking. And oh boy, I'm gonna call him back.
Streets calling.
I was walking, and I see this girl walking with a baby, right?
Yeah.
And so what I did was pretty much I was thinking to myself, and just tell me if you've ever done this. What I was telling myself, I was like, here, let me like kind of walk away from her. You know what I'm saying? Keep distance. I don't want to. Whoever it is, I don't want them to fucking be nervous for me. I'm just gonna walk. You know,
don't need them getting the wrong idea.
Right?
For sure, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, the fact that I have to do this.
Or you feel like you have to do it?
Yeah.
Because, like, straight up, okay, so, like, I've done that with, I don't really do it so much with, like, babies, but, like, just, this is going to sound some type of way, but, like, I will cross the street if I see, like, a white lady walking down one side of the street. Because it was like,
Yeah. I don't even feel like it going through that interaction. I don't even...
You know what I mean?
But, I mean, again, I think what I was talking about, well, it's really all the same. It's really all the same. Because it's like, it's like being like a fucking, like a monster. And you don't want to scare somebody.
Yeah.
So you like, here, let me just wear a mask. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? Not look like I'm as tall as I am. Like, let me just...
Let me chill for a second. Like, nah, dude. Okay, so I'm walking. Prime example. I'm walking... I don't remember what I was doing, man, but I was walking the dog. I was going to go do something else. And there was this white lady, and she was, like, getting her pictures taken. Yeah. Right? I see her from across... Like, I mean, like, she's at the corner. I'm, like, a block and a half away, but I see him. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And I, like, start prepping already, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's going to look weird if I cross the street. Am I going to look like an asshole? So, like, I walked up to the cross where they were at and then walked across and had to go, like, through 2 crosswalks. Yeah. Just to, like... Because I was... I don't know, man. I let that shit bother me to the point where I really thought, like... Oh, jeez. That... I don't know. I just didn't want to hear anything. I didn't want to look like I was trying to walk past them or any of that shit, man. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. And, like, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah. You know? But also, like, whenever I'm just walking and they're walking, I'd rather be the one to cross the street than, like, they cross the street. Yeah. Like, because that would make me feel some type of way.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Man, do you watch... Did you watch Get Out or Us?
Yeah, no, I've watched both of those movies. Jordan Peele's amazing.
Yo, fucking genius, man. It's actually crazy how smart the man is. Fucking crazy.
Okay, okay, so like, Get Out made a whole lot of sense. Like, I understood the concept. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, you could take it for face value and it still would make sense, but then you can, like, look underneath it a little bit more and, like, that also made sense.
It's a genius. He created the whole... I feel like that's the psychological... He created that. That's a feeling, a space that he just saw and named. There's like an Einstein shit. Yeah. And I'm not even trying to hype him up, but if anybody, you know what, hit the comments wherever you're at. Let me know. Send an email, whatever. But let me know if I'm incorrect. The space that he was talking about when he was talking about, what did he call it?
Sunken place.
The sunken place is a concept that has not been named yet. It's been talked about, but this is the first time we were like, the sunken place. And every person knows what that is.
Just like going on autopilot almost.
Right.
Just like allowing shit to happen.
Right. And he explained too, it probably is a name for it. But he also explained in it, like I think he did an interview, he explained that anybody can be in the sunken place. The sunken place is when someone has a source of power over you, and you kind of like, whether it's like everybody's been in a position where somebody's had something on you, and you feel like, damn, I'm here. So you kind of have to work through that situation, but there are things that you literally can't do. There are things that you literally can't say. And that is the same thing when it comes to the mentality of, I would say, some black people and the way that it happened generations, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Huh?
For sure. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting here and you're in a position where, like, yeah, you know, you're free, true, right? But, like, it's not just the police. It's, like, all of society, I feel like, kind of, like, expects you, to be this certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be...
Black, to either be this or be that. You either have to do the correct thing, do the right thing, or be a criminal.
You know what I mean? And
every move has to be a lie. Criminal. Don't even believe you if you say you can't breathe.
Bro, like fucking Childish Gambino said it perfect. Like, white kids get to wear whatever hat they want, but like for black kids, one size fits all. It's like you have to be this specific thing, or you're not black. And I feel like that's viewed all like on the entire spectrum. Like, black people do it to black people too, bro.
Facts. No,
you know
for sure. That's when, but see, that's the way it can last. That's the only way it lasts. Have you seen Last Black Man in San Francisco?
Mm-mm.
Yo, I don't even want to spill the movie. I don't want to tell you, but it's a good ass movie. Beautifully done. Great directing. Great concept. But that's kind of what they tried to explain, is that the society is literally so fucked up because what they do is they continuously tell you who you are. You get put in a box, and then literally your whole life is like pretty much. You can see this in the trailer, but in the trailer, it's this guy who has his old house whose grandfather built the house. He wants the house, and he literally squats in the house. That's the concept behind it. And so,
squatter.
Yeah, he's a squatter, and it's actually fucking. The house is actually beautiful as fuck. It's a nice house.
So his grandpa built the house he's squatting in.
Right. So, okay. And they had to move out due to money issues. Blah blah blah. So, the whole concept though is at the end of it, you kind of, it's like they put us in a box and then you go to jail or you die. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like and it doesn't really necessarily matter how you act, but that is a part of it. You get what I'm saying? It is a part of it for, you know, the generation of lack of education, for a person to lack education and lack understanding. So you're taught by your parents and then so on.
Exactly. I don't know. Yeah. And the things that like you're taught by your parents, I feel like it runs way deeper than what you learn in school. Like, and that's the bullshit of it, because like, okay, so like let's talk about like financial education, right? Thanks. Like that, because I feel like that ties in perfectly what we were just talking about. But like financial education for like the black community, like when my grandfather died, like he had a lot of his money just like hidden. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We were actually just talking about Boosie doing the same thing. Like, why isn't his money in the bank to working to like accrue interest and like build and like make money for him off of his money? But you know, you go back not even like 60 years, man. Maybe 70 years somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Black people weren't putting the money in the bank. You couldn't do it. Shit would just come up missing and hide it, and if you needed to get up and get down, you know, you had your paper right there. Right. And so like that kind of like trickled into, you know, our grandparents from their grandparents from their parents. Right. And now you got motherfuckers like Boosie finding $1 million in his closet. You know what I'm saying? Because of that same thing. And like, that's why whenever you sit down and you like talk to, like me personally, dude, I'm just now kind of getting to like where I understand a little bit about like Roths or like, you know, fucking how to put my money with an investment banker. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that, we don't know about that, and that's not stuff they teach you in school. That's stuff that's taught to you. Chill, mom, chill. Go on now. You're doing too much, buddy. But that's stuff that's taught to you by people that know it, usually by your folks. Right. You know.
Yeah. I mean, so I when it comes, bro, I think financial literacy, being financially independent, that is one of the biggest issues with this whole thing.
That's one of the biggest issues in the United States, for sure, across the field. But I feel like we're at a severe disadvantage when it comes to that. Because, all right, so one thing that I've noticed is like Sunday best. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using that as a term. Go sit down. Go sit down. Nobody's trying to touch you right now, big dog. But, damn, what was that? and you're just not gonna listen. Damn. But it's like always putting your best foot forward type deal. That's like really. Here, 1 second, bro. Come on. You can sit down. Louis minding his own business. You can do the same thing. Lay down. Jesus Christ, bro. But damn. And then here he comes again, dude. I know he doesn't have to go outside. You don't have to. You just went. I know. And you just ate. What was I about to say, man? Fuck. I done lost that part.
You're talking about financial literacy. Another crazy thing is like, I feel like when it comes to investing, I think that's one of the I may be wrong. I don't know the statistics. I'm just talking shit. But I don't think black people invest as much as they could, and I may be wrong about that. But I think that's another thing. And doing correct there's so many things that people have tried to tell us as far as what is important. Like, for instance, owning a house. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not important, but I've heard a lot that owning a house is really a waste. If you can't make money off of it, paying $100,000 to $200,000 for a house is wasteful.
And then it's going to take you 15 to 30 years to pay the house off.
Right.
Depending on how much you make and how, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But, like, most people live to their means.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you can afford to pay off a $100,000 house in, like, 2 years, your house probably costs 4 or 5 times that. You know what I'm saying?
And to get a loan, you only need 25% of that amount down.
Dude, like, one thing I found out, like, just from, like, talking to people that know about this kind of shit, you actually, like, right now there's this thing called, like, the FHA loan, like, Fair Housing Act loan. I think Obama put it in place, if I'm not mistaken, but, like, you only have to have, like, 3%. But where they get you, though, is the interest rate on that motherfucker is insane.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So 25% is, like, a safe, I think, paying that safe bet.
Because if you put down 25%, that's $25,000 on a $100,000 house.
You have $100,000 for a house. If you paid that, you get $400,000, $300,000 worth of fucking spending. Where you can, if you buy an apartment complex or if you buy like some shit like that.
Which honestly, though, I think his name is
Grant.
Big Mike. He's on that group Run the Jewels.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah. Mike, Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Yeah, Killer Mike.
His girl actually like convinced him to go and buy an apartment complex. Man, he said he was gonna buy like a Lambo, and his girl stepped in, boss bitch stepped in and was like, "Yo, no, put that money on an apartment complex." I think now that apartment complex is worth like $2 million. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is I was going shopping online. I be doing weird shit like this. And I was going shopping online for apartments to buy.
I shop for jets like almost every day.
Yo, do you not know that there was an apartment building for 550 units? 550 units. Now, I'm not saying, again, I haven't seen it, physically, but that's 550 units, that's bread. If it's nice, you can charge $1,000. Honestly, that's $550,000 a month.
Yeah. And I feel like $1,000 is lowballing, bro. I feel like that's lowballing. I feel like, because think about it, bro. Like, just in Hattiesburg, bro, if you were to get a 2-bedroom apartment, I feel like the average cost for a 2-bedroom apartment is between like $950 to like $1,200, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Right? So just call it $1,100.
Yeah.
Right? For a 2-bedroom,
so it'll probably be more, 550. But see, but that's what I'm saying. But the prices on there. That's what I was gonna say. About 2, 4, 5 million. They're millions
for the building.
But even when you look at it like that, like I think $2 million, I calculated. If you were paying $2 million for an apartment complex, you would have to have 25%. 25% of $2 million is like $500,000, if I'm not mistaken.
And depending on, you probably wouldn't even have to necessarily have that. Depending on if you have some type of like collateral you can put up, or if you have like an investment portfolio.
You get investors, bro. It's really all you need. It's really all you need. You just have to have 200. You get $250,000 worth of a loan. Look for investors. You can find the rest of it, especially if whatever you're talking about is legit. You can be like, yo, I need you to fly out right now. I got you right here.
That's what we're going to do. This is how we can rock with it. But nah, dude, talking about money, so Tiger like gave $50,000 to the National Bailout Fund and Aware LA. And to be honest with you, I feel like that's pretty dope. Tiger's been on his protest vibes here lately.
Yeah.
And I fuck with it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of motherfuckers I was reading were like, well, I mean, he's rich. Like, why did he only give $50,000? It's like, fam, dude, $50,000 just dropped by one dude. You gotta imagine all the other people sending in money too, just like regular amounts. That's
also, you don't
money.
know what else he's investing in. Honestly, bro, if you got that much money that he got, I feel like you have meetings every week on investments.
He should.
And I think most people do that though. Because you know why I think they do that? Because it's a tax break.
Oh, to donate the money?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's a tax break.
Write that off.
So you probably, why not have a meeting every week to find the best, so you can fucking like, look, don't take none of my shit next year.
And so that's maximizing his dollars spent, because like, not only is he gonna be able to write that off, but he also is gonna get clout.
PR.
You know what I'm saying? Because he dropped that. Get out of here.
But $50,000 though, he had to have invested in something else. He didn't say. Because he got too much money. $50,000 isn't a lot. I ain't gonna lie. If for the money, I don't know. I might be mistaken, but I think he got like $300 million, something like that. 400, maybe more than that.
I don't know how much bread that dude.
He might have $1 billion.
Tiger?
I think that
Tiger ain't no billionaire, fam.
Tiger.
Yeah. Who did you think I was talking about? I was like, nah, nigga.
I was thinking you was talking about Tiger Woods.
Oh, dude. I don't even know how much money Tiger Woods has.
He might have a bill. I might be mistaken though.
I give him high 100 millions.
I don't think he got a bill because I know he lost a bunch of deals. He would have though. That's fucked up. He would have.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for the whole. Yo, you know he came to rehab in Mississippi, bro?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, he was like right down the road. Drinking too much water, man. He's right down the road at what's the name of that place? Whitfield? There's a rehab center in Purvis. It's in Purvis. And that shit is crazy. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. Because, I mean, he could have gone anywhere. Like, that dude has enough bread to go anywhere, and he went to Purvis, Mississippi, bro.
Yeah.
Because he was addicted to pussy.
I think he did it so he low key though.
Yeah.
Mississippi. I feel like white people in Mississippi don't really fuck with Tiger Woods. Do they?
Not anymore.
Yeah. After he fucked all them, you fucked too many white girls. Like they said, just one.
Heidi Klum.
They said you can have one. This man took all the damn fucking dessert tray.
40 of them, dude.
Yo, he did a lot of different white girls, different kinds of all kinds of white girls. And he was doing coke. I don't know. I don't know if he was doing that.
Bro, you know what? That's the funny thing about like drugs. Like I usually attribute drugs to certain types of people, and I know that's fucked up. Yeah. But like I feel like certain people do certain drugs.
You talking about looking at somebody knowing what they do?
Yeah. Yeah. Like everybody smokes bud. Like that knows no boundaries. But like whenever I think of like meth.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
High energy businessmen. Coke.
For
you do
sure.
coke. You know when a dude got money and he's just always high energy, like he's always doing this. Yeah, coke. That's coke.
But I feel like that's coke. Because of how coke makes you feel.
Facts.
Right?
It makes you feel good.
Like.
Not as I ever did it, but it makes you feel good. Yeah.